There is a $200 toy sitting in your living room right now that promises to build your baby's brain. It lights up, it plays Mozart, it has an app that tracks engagement. And I need you to know, before you spend one more dollar on anything like it, that none of it comes close to what I'm about to tell you. Because the single most powerful brain-building tool available to your baby is not for sale anywhere. It's free. It takes 5 minutes, and most parents have never once heard its name. It's called Serve and Return. Here's what that actually means, in plain language, before we go anywhere near the science. Your baby does something. A coo, a point, a look, a reach toward your face. That's the serve. And when you respond, with your eyes, your voice, your body, right back at them, that's the return. Back and forth. Baby serves, you return. That's it. That's the whole practice. No flashcards, no screen, just two people paying attention to each other. Picture this. It's 7:40 in the morning. You're only half awake, coffee still brewing, and your baby is in the high chair banging a spoon against the tray. She looks up at you, just a flick of the eyes, barely half a second, and makes a sound. Not a word, just a sound, aimed at you, like she's saying, "Did you see that?" And you have a choice in that half second. You can keep pouring the coffee, or you can look back, mirror the sound. Say, "Oh, I heard that. You're telling me something." That tiny exchange, the one that takes less time than it took you to read this sentence, that is the mechanism neuroscientists believe is quietly doing more for her brain than almost anything else in her day. Because here's what's happening underneath it. When your baby's serve is met with a return, something is firing in her prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for focus, emotional regulation, and eventually decision-making. Dr. Jack Shonkoff, who directs the Center on the Developing Child at Harvard, has spent years studying this exact exchange, and his research points to something startling. This back and forth is one of the primary ways a baby's brain architecture gets built in the first place, not through stimulation, through connection. But strip the jargon away, and here's what it means to her in the only language that actually matters. I made a sound, and the world answered. I exist. I am heard. That is the return she's really asking for. Now, let me show you what happens when the return doesn't come, because this is where the science gets hard to watch and important to understand. In the 1970s, a researcher named Edward Tronick ran an experiment that's now famous in developmental psychology. It's called the still face experiment. A mother sits with her baby and they play normally, serve and return, back and forth, warm and alive. Then, on cue, the mother's face goes completely blank. No expression, no response, just stillness. And within seconds, the baby notices. She serves harder, smiling wider, reaching, squealing, trying everything she knows to get her mother's face to come back online. When nothing works, something in her collapses. She looks away, her body slumps. In some versions of the footage, she cries. It only takes about 2 minutes for a securely attached baby to start showing real distress. 2 minutes of a blank face is enough to unravel her. And then, and this is the part that matters most, the mother's expression returns, warm and responsive again, and within moments, the baby recovers completely. She's not damaged, she's relieved.
That recovery is the whole point. One missed return doesn't break anything. It's the pattern over time, thousands of tiny serves, met or not met, that shapes her sense of the world as safe or unpredictable. So no, you don't have to catch every single serve. You just have to be a parent who generally does. Here's how you build this into your day, starting today, in 3 simple steps. Step 1. Notice the serve. That's it. Just train yourself to catch it. When your baby looks at you, makes a sound at you, or reaches toward you, say silently in your head, "That was a serve." You might say out loud, "Oh, you're talking to me." Step 2. Return it in real time. Not perfectly, just promptly. You don't need the right words. You need timing. If she babbles, babble back. If she points at the dog, look at the dog and say, "Yes, dog, woof." You're not teaching vocabulary. You're teaching her that her voice moves the world. Step 3. Let her lead the next round. After you return, pause and wait. See if she serves again. This is the part almost everyone skips. We return once and move on. But the real brain building happens in the volley, not the single exchange. Wait for her. Let her decide where it goes next. That's the entire 5-minute framework. No products required. And this is where I want you to really sit with the math for a second. Parents spend hundreds of dollars on developmental toys, flashcard apps, brain-building subscription boxes, all engineered to simulate the exact thing you already have for free: responsive attention from a person who loves her. Dr. Patricia Kuhl's research on infant language development has shown again and again that babies learn far more from live, responsive human interaction than from any screen or recording, no matter how well designed. A flashing toy can hold her attention. It cannot return her serve. Only you can do that. The most expensive product on the market cannot outperform 5 minutes of you actually looking at your baby and looking back. So if you've read this far feeling a little uneasy, wondering how many serves you've missed while scrolling, while cooking, while exhausted at 8 at night, I want you to let that go right now. This isn't about catching every moment. You were never supposed to. You are not failing her because you didn't see one look, or answer one babble, or catch one reach. What she needs isn't a perfect parent. She needs a generally responsive one. And the fact that you're here, learning the name of something you were probably already doing on instinct, that tells me you already are one. 5 minutes, a handful of times a day, that's the whole habit. No app, no subscription, no countdown timer. Just her serve and your return. If this changed the way you'll look at your baby the next time she reaches for you, share it with the parent in your life who needs to hear it too. They're doing better than they think. So are you.